Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today explaining about the Turbo C on MS-DOS. This is an old development environment with a C compiler. This is an environment split in different options that includes a run project, compile options, project options. Can create a project that contains a different source code and configure a build project. Compiler options, you can change the type of memory model, can define symbols on the compiling, can choose the calling conversions and instruction set. Also can use directly native instructions like 1887 coprocessor. Also can select the optimization of the executable, optimize for size, can decrease size of the executable or optimize for speed. Can force the use register variables or not, register optimization and jump optimization. Can choose these different types of optimization of compiler. Can change different lengths and nested comments and force to only use ANSI keywords. Can use adjust maximum length of identifiers. Also can adjust different types of errors to stop after 25 errors or 100 errors. Display warnings, yes or not. And so on. Let's try to create a simple program that includes the standard input-output header and define the main program that's return main without any arguments, and create a simple hello world C. This is a simple hello world program that includes the standard input-output header for the printf format, for string and line fit. This is the main program that all all things on C are functions. Not exist the procedure. The procedure are a function that return nothing, and the main function is the main program that executes first and return 0. That return this status to the operating system. Can compile and run and see the results. Hello C. This is the simple program. Can create a simple function of Fibonacci succession that implemented a recursive implementation. That means if n is less than 2, return. Also else return means 1, if n means 2. This is a simple program of This is a simple function that returns an integer value and an integer argument that calls that is formatted for an integer result and fit line to jump on the next line. And this is a printf formatted. This is a format. Wildcard is that says this position that contains an integer result. The result of this function. Let's compile, run. If you need show something onto the screen, maybe you can use the debugger at toggle breakpoint at this line, and you can go to the cursor and watch this variable at watch n. The value is n, and for step over and trace into, press F7 and F8. F7 for step into and go to the and see the return and return F7 and undefined because out of scope of this function. But we are debugging session. Can reset program reset and use the some watches or change 10 or 4 for the change and go to the cursor, recompile, F7, three, two, one. This is a successive calls of the recursive function F7, 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 and out of scope and programs ends. This is a simple debugging session. Can remove, go to the program reset and remove the all watches and remove all breakpoints. And this is a simple program of Fibonacci calculation, Fibonacci functions with the C. When you run normally program, the outputs cannot see. You can pause the execution without get char, for example, and wait for the key press. No? Key press, waiting. Sometimes is good for pausing the execution and look the output of the program. For editing the code, you can use some keystrokes like Control E to delete the some line of code. Control E, or for a copy of the block, Control K, Control K, Control K, B and Control K to mark the selection of the piece of code, and you can paste the copy the block. Control K C, Control K E, Control, for example, for delete actual line, use Control Y. For mark begin of block, Control K B, and end of block, Control K K. Is similar than Turbo Pascal editor. And for copy block, selected block, use Control key C. This is a main most used keystrokes for the editor. Control key B, Control key, Control K. In Turbo C also have some input-output features for the console. That, for example, if you need a clear screen or change the color or locate some text on a screen, you can use the console input-output header. But you can use the extra console functions that clear screen. Oops. Clear screen, that clears the screen. Also, you can change the color, but for change the color of the text, you need the color print format and use the function text color, for example green. Let's change the color of the text. Can combine different colors, put different lines, for example, and text color magenta. And this is two different colors of different two text. Can change the color of background. We change it the background color of text. This is some features of console input-output header. In C, you can declare some local variables that stores a simple integer, declare as int that declares an integer, or short integers that stores age, or use some strings that not contain strings, that not support string, but supports an array of characters, that's char name, and the length. To declare some like a string, some variable like a string, you can use a pointer to a memory address. This is pointer that points to the a memory address that stores the string of characters. Instead, that fixed declaration of 13 characters fixed length. This is different between the that stores an address, stores a memory address of a string and stores characters. Is different type of variable, but you can assign address. This instruction assign the address of name variable to a name pointer that points to this zone of static memory address. These variables is stored to a fixed memory or a static memory variable declaration, and this is a dynamic or memory address that points to this variable. The asterisk prefix, that means this is a pointer, not contain the character, that contains a pointer to memory address of a type of character. Undo, that's it. You can run. This is not C++, sorry. This is a C command and doesn't work // run and works. This is a simple example of the pointers. This is a pointer that stores the memory address of a string and assign the pointer of this variable, and this pointer that points the same variable. For example, if the name is 4 elements of a string and put digitally 4 elements H L L O and 0 at end of a string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 store a 6 characters include the null end of a string. That defines the length of the string. You can use the print f that prints name. This says print the string that right next to and get char to stop the name hello. Hello. This contains the name, and if you print name pointer as a string, you can use name pointer, because this is a pointer and the result is similar. Or if you need the address, you need this is the address of the pointer. Well, that contained and made the same. But clear the screen and look this behavior. If change the name, for example, the first character of the name, and change this name, the first character of the name, and change for the P, and Control K B, Control K C, and reprint the new name. Oh my god, screen no source. Look, this is an original variable. This is a pointer of that variable, and look at when changed the original variable, the pointer contains that change because the pointer points at the same address of the original name. And if you look the original variable after the first character change, and make this is the first execution, the name that contains the name, and the name pointer looks the same, but if you change the original name, the first letter, the pointer make the same change, because the pointer is the simple pointer, not copy of data. The pointer that points to the original variable, that not copy. This is not a copy of the data. Simple put the address of the original with the ampersand. This is the address of the original variable, and the stores into the pointer that points to the character. When change the original variable, change the variable, and the pointer that points to the same variable, change it also. This is a simple program of the example of the pointers used in Turbo C. Thank you for watching and see you soon.